Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about a slightly controversial thing on the internet, and that is aggressive shippers. What I mean by aggressive shippers are those people who ship two people. If you don't know what shipping is, run now. Who ship two people together and are not very nice to people who don't. I have found this with the Dan and Phil fandom. These fandoms are really aggressive and really try and be in your face. With the fandom, it's very much, if you don't ship fan, which is Dan and Phil as a romantic couple, you will get bullied by shippers. I have a friend who is an openly non-fan shipper. She's just very adamant that Dan and Phil are not, she doesn't ship them, no. Because she's been watching since, like, before Dan started. She was watching Phil while Dan was still a fan. While Dan was a filly and she was watching. And she put on Tumblr something about them being good friends, or something about them not being together. And this was a good few years ago as well. So this was back when the fandom was smaller. And she got a hate message, which is not something you really want, just from saying that two friends are friends. And that is something that should not be done. Everybody should be open to ship and not ship whoever they want. What got me is when I first met my friend, I was an open fan shipper. I was very much, they would look so cute together, but she was shocked when I said I wouldn't mind if they were just friends. She was shocked when I said that I just wanted Dan and Phil to be happy, and whether that meant them in a romantic relationship or just best friends, I didn't care. The fact that she was shocked that I said that about their happiness says so much about that fandom. These are two real people, and people are mean when people say about them being not a couple. Also, I'd like to point out, this image here is not Dan and Phil. Just thought I'd put that out there because it's really starting to piss me and my friend off. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm in the fandom. Sometimes I want to say I'm a Dan and Phil fan, but I'm not in the fandom. They're all completely psycho. Anybody under 16, actually, no, I'm going to change it. Anybody under 18 in that fandom is just completely off the rocker. I've told you before how I went to Dap Goose. It's where I've met two of my closest friends. And what I didn't know is that after Dap Goose, people found out that one of my friends, they followed my friend home because they believed that she lived on the same street as them. I read a fanfic earlier which put in the believed street of Dan and Phil. If you know where they live, you don't spread that information around. They have their own privacy for a reason. At this rate, we're going to end up back in 2012 where Dan wouldn't talk about Phil in a video. At this rate, we're going to end up back where, because of the comments that the fandom made, if we want them to be open with us as a fandom, we have to cut it out. We've got to stop tweeting them about fan, asking in their live streams about fan. We've got to stop trying to figure out where they live. We've got to stop freaking asking questions about their personal lives that they're not ready to tell us. As I said, my friend was a Phillian back in the day. And she was there when Dan released, "Hi, my name is Dan." But she was there when they had I think it was Fourscreen or Fourscreen, or the app where if you asked them a question, they'd answer it. And they did it very openly. Back before 2012. Back before that video that all the controversy is about. That I personally got this tweet when I asked about it on Twitter because I wasn't in the fandom then. I'm going to say this how I said it on Skype the other day to my friend. I said, okay, there's 5 groups to the fandom. I'm one of the middle people. One of the people who doesn't care about the ships. I just want Dan and Phil to be happy. The people who don't care if you've been in the fandom for a day or 8 years. Just someone who just loves the content and wants them to carry on. Then there is on the two sides of the fandom, which are split straight down the middle, the aggressive fan shippers. The people this video is based off. The people who post those 20-minute long fan-proof videos. The people who continuously bug Dan and Phil. The people who freaking stalk Dan and Phil and follow them home on undergrounds, and is why they only get taxis around now and don't get on the underground very often. Or on the bus. The people who take it too far. On the other side, we have the anti-fan shippers, who have started to get so pissed off with the other side of the fandom, they have started generally attacking this half of the fandom and anybody else that isn't them. The people who send people this very nice... She got this. She had someone go and tell her to go and kill herself because she said a Dan and Phil picture was cute. What are we doing? You're gonna completely just kill... The other two ones, the non-aggressive fan shippers who still want to believe it's true, and the non-aggressive non-fan shippers who will defend the fact that it's not true. Why am I even part of this fandom anymore? Why did I want to get involved? I got a tweet back off Amazing Phil the other day. My Twitter notifications has pretty much been going on non-stop, and my Twitter activity has just shot up by like thousands of impressions. I then decided to tweet these tweets with my friend. Because I want people to actually see how I feel. These boys, our boys, the boys we care so much about, the men we care so much about, as my friend refuses to let me say that they are boys. We're never going to get the content we want. We're never going to get content if we carry on the way we are. Dan's not going to publish random videos on his own channel if we continue to bully him continuously about when he does. That's the reason there's unlisted videos. And the reason why this fandom generally upsets me lately, because the hate comes up on my blog. I had people bullying a 12-year-old on Twitter because she shipped Dan Riffic. I don't ship it, but doesn't give somebody else not the right to ship it. If somebody thinks they're a cute couple, then sure, write fanfic about it. I don't ship Dan and Phil, but I'll read fanfic. I read the high school AUs, or the pastel AUs, or the punk AUs, because I don't ship them as real people, but as characters, as other people's characters, where they're OCC. I'll read it to my heart's content. Because they're not real people. If you're being shipped, especially with people like Dan and Phil, who are best friends, who live together for who knows how long, who have had massive fights, and they can't even freaking hug in public without people saying it's fan-proof. I don't know if I'm ever going to publish this video, because I don't know if I could deal with the hate that I'm going to get if I tag this Dan and Phil. If I tagged this under Dan is Not on Fire, or Amazing Phil, I would be personally attacked by the fandom because I'm stating my beliefs. Dan did a video on opinions. We're all free to have them. But not in the fandom. If you want to see the gay in it, see the fucking gay in it. If you want to believe these two guys are fucking behind camera, I personally believe now it's got to the point where Dan and Phil are just fucking with us. Phil makes his little sexual comments that are innocent and accidental. They're not. He knows what he's doing. Dan makes his comments on purpose. Come on, the business. They do it now to wind the fandom up. Like, there's a clip of Dan putting his hand on Phil's chest when Phil's heart's beating fast. I don't think they would have done that if it hadn't been for the fact that they knew it would wind up the fandom. They're doing most of their content now to wind us the fuck up. To wind the fandom up, to wind the fan shippers up, if I do ever release this to the public, especially if I have more than 12 followers, which I do at the moment, I want to just point out I am a fan of Dan and Phil and I love them as people. But in 2016, 2017, I've been watching for 2 years. And when I first joined the fandom, I was told I could be a fandom member because I hadn't been watching long enough. Is that the sort of community that you think Dan and Phil want? I am in other YouTube communities. I don't like calling us fans because it makes us... YouTube is meant to be an interactive platform. And we've got to the point where the people we're meant to be interacting with can't interact with us back without being bullied. We can't interact with them without other people bullying us. Is this really the content that you want in our fandom? Well, I think that's all I need to say for today. If you agree with me, thumbs up, comment. If you disagree with me, thumbs up, comment. Just, I want to hear your side of this. Comment down below and we'll have a conversation about it. Because I want to know how many members of this fandom actually don't feel like they're part of a community. I want to know how many people have been bullied by these aggressive shippers and anti-shippers. I want to know the only reason you're still in this fandom is because you love the people who created it and hate the people involved. I want to know if you love being in this fandom and love the people in it, if you've had good experiences. I want to understand. So, like, subscribe, my bubble, all that jazz. And I will see you when I see you. Bye!